working together in Chicago parks, fostering partnerships and alliances. Welcome to Chicago at Play.
Become a part of Chicago's rich history by supporting one of its most majestic monuments. This summer, Parkways Foundation and the Chicago Park District present Fountain Fridays.
This summer we're going to have Fountain Fridays, and every Friday at noon and 12:30 we offer a half-an-hour tour of the Buckingham Fountain, which includes an above-ground segment and an underground segment where you get to see the original control room and you even get to play with the buttons.
The fountain is so loved and so treasured. It's such a destination point. And for people to actually have the opportunity to go underneath the fountain and see how it all works has been so much fun. And it's a fun way for people to give back to the restoration of the fountain.
Buckingham Fountain was dedicated in 1927. It was the gift of Miss Kate Buckingham. It was dedicated in honor of her brother Clarence, who is a very important Chicago businessman and an art patron and philanthropist. And at the time, it was the largest decorative fountain in the world. The fountain was designed by Edward Bennett, who was an architect who had worked closely for years with Daniel Burnham. And they had always envisioned a very French-inspired design for Grant Park. The fountain itself symbolizes Lake Michigan. And so, of course, in the enormity of its water displays, the fountain actually uses 1.5 million gallons of water, which is recirculated. During the major display, which shoots up to a height of 150 feet, it actually uses 15,000 gallons of water per minute to create that display. So, you know, just the enormity of the fountain and its displays representing Lake Michigan, which seems so endless, but also the 4 groupings of seahorses represent the 4 states bordering on Lake Michigan.
In 2009, the second phase of the Buckingham Fountain Restoration Project was complete, adding benches, accessible paving, and additional landscaping to the plaza. The next phase of the project will focus on the infrastructure of the famous fountain.
What we're working toward now is the next phase of the restoration, which is taking care of all the pumps to be sure that they work for the future, and also to restore each of the different sculptures that you see in the fountain to be sure that they're taken care of and conserved for the future.
The fountain is still in need of a major restoration project. It needs to address some of the plumbing issues, the electrical, a lot of the infrastructure has never had a complete restoration since 1927. It's actually the original motors that people see when they come on our tours.
There are many ways to participate in the Buckingham Fountain Restoration Campaign. One of the more popular ways to contribute has been to underwrite one of the benches on the plaza, to celebrate a loved one, to celebrate an anniversary, family members. So we have many benches still left that can be underwritten. Also, there are opportunities to underwrite the different sculptural elements of the fountain. So from a seahorse to one of the shells that you see, you can underwrite one piece of the fountain and feel like that was your contribution specifically to the fountain campaign.
Reserve your place on Fountain Fridays by going to rsvp at parkways.org or call 312-742-5368. Tours run every Friday from June 4th until August 27th at noon and 12:30. Cost of the tour is $50, and all proceeds go directly to the restoration of Buckingham Fountain.
Buckingham Fountain is such an icon for Chicago. When you see Chicago represented, you see Buckingham Fountain. So this is really a way not just to visit Buckingham Fountain, but to really experience how it works and to kind of be a part of the history of how the fountain works.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's a behind-the-scenes tour of the Clarence Buckingham Memorial Fountain, an opportunity most people will never get, and it's just a really exciting opportunity for you to come out and join us this summer.